Yeah, well, you know what? A lot of authors, man, that are diehard writers, like people that may not or maybe are in the Kindle Castle community. Authors, I used to be in the music business, and
Hmm.
I find that authors and musicians have a similar mindset, and that is if they create something, right? They're the creators, then people will come to it. They'll sell it. They'll buy it, right? People will come and buy it. And that's not the truth. Like, you can't just put something out there. You can't just create a song and then now the world comes and flocks to it. You can't just write a book and the world comes and wants to beat down the path to your door to buy it. Now there's gotta be, just like the lottery, right? There's
Yeah.
these 1 in a 10 million or 100 million um, chances where that could happen, and we see it happens every once in a while. But for the most part, you have to actually go in and do some work, and you got to market it. And that's what we talk about in this community. Like, it's you have to, if you want it, put in the work, and how bad do you want it. Now you're at a point where there's always got to be this why. So for you, it
Yeah.
was tired of being discriminated against. It was freaking Harris Teeter, the guy having his job and having some BS and leaving it for you, right? Saying, okay, well, 8 o'clock, I'm out. So for the
Yep. A
person that's watching
thousand
this, like,
dishes every single day.
yeah. So think about, like, what's your reason? I think that if you have a reason, it puts you in a very good space. Like, and your reason could be anything. It could be like you. I was talking to a lady the other day, whose boss like treats her really bad, right? Talks down to her. I really felt really bad to say for this lady. Talks down to her. Doesn't understand the value that she brings to the job. So that could be her why. And I'm like, listen, this is it. You know,
Yeah.
um, it could be that, we have another person that's in the group, Rebecca Holson, I think her name is. Her why is she wanted to retire her husband because her husband had some health issues. It could be you that has some health issues. If you're watching this, it could be one of your children, whatever. But finding your why, I think that's really important. So now you got your why. Harris Teeter. We're taking the shout out back. We're saying the hell with Harris Teeter now.
Yeah.
Jump into publishing. All right.
Yeah. So
What year was this though? About what year?
this was 2013.
Okay.
This
All
was
right.
2013 when I officially started. I went in my room. You can even ask Josh. Like, I did not leave the room at all. I was so determined. Like, I after everything, all the build up, and just like, I gotta make something happen. Like, I need to change. Like, I'm sick and tired of being broke and not having the money and going negative in my bank account. My car has an oil leak. It shuts off in the middle of an intersection. My mom, she does her own thing, you know what I mean? But my dad, like, I felt like he was disappointed in me. And like that kind of like that hit, you know what I mean? Like, man, you can do whatever you want to do. He wanted me to go to college, obviously, but I didn't do that. So that's another reason why he was disappointed, because I didn't go to college. And I just told him my dad wasn't for me. So I just needed to find something. And then I just went in the room, like, after all that build up behind me. I went in the room and I just started typing on the computer. Like, I got to make this happen. And I made 2 book series before I actually quit and threw the towel in. I made the book Lone Wolf. It's actually, you can find it on Goodreads. If you type in M.A. Cooney and
Mhm.
then type in Lone Wolf, you will find it on Goodreads. It's not on Amazon anymore. It's on Goodreads. And yeah, and I just went for it. It didn't do good. I remember the very first day, I got like 20,000 freaking people that got the book for free. Cause I was trying out the
Really?
free promotions. Yeah, so I was hyped. I was like, "Oh snap!" I called Josh in the room like, "Yo, we about to be rich,"
Right.
but because off of 20, but I didn't make any money. I honestly made like since after that, like after the book went paid,
Uh,
like it just went completely different because I didn't know about advertising, I didn't know about email lists, I didn't know about any of that kind of stuff. I made a book and I threw it out there and I thought it was going to do really good. And that's when I got my first review. My first review was a guy named Drew, and I can never forget this guy because he stopped me, but he motivated me. You know, I I literally was in that room for 12 hours. I did not leave. I didn't do anything. I was so focused because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I needed a change in my life.
right.
And the guy went and put a 1-star review in my book, and I can never forget. Like, this book was so bad, I would give it a negative rating if I could.
That's what
And like,
that was his comment that he wrote.
yeah, that's what he wrote. I got some pictures of it somewhere. But that's what he wrote. And it crushed me, man. It completely like shattered my faith, my belief, my everything. It took it away from me. It took my power away. It took everything I believed in away from me. And I just started to think, oh, you know what? Like maybe I am a failure. You know what? Maybe I am. Like I probably should have went to college. Maybe I should have tried this or tried that. Maybe I should have listened to my parents. It really brought in so much doubt
Right.
about myself in my head that I really started questioning. And in result, it ended up in a whole year of a setback. And
Mm.
at this time, it was about 2014. And eventually, but I just knew I wasn't going to quit. It gave me a setback. I just knew like this is what I want. In the back of my mind, I could never forget about Drew. Like this random guy, I don't know who he is. Still to this day, I don't know who he is. But he also gave me a fire. This is another person that's looking down on me, and I'm just sick and tired. Like once again, I've been looked down on because of my hearing, because of my skin color, because of my tattoos and stuff like that. I'm just like, I'm sick and tired of someone telling me my life is going to be this way because I look this way or I have a disability, whatever it is. And I just like, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. There was a day, I don't remember what day it was, but there was a day I made a decision and I told myself, I am going to make this happen. I would die for this. Like, that's how serious it was for me. I would die for this. I don't see any other way of living. It's either this or I'm dead.